It is time for the next block of the fireworks finale. Sew along.
It's going to be great. So Audra and Bonnie, take it away.
Hello everybody. Welcome back to the fireworks finale Sew Along with Missouri Star Quilt Company. I'm Bonnie.
And I'm Audra of Sew Dreamy Studio, and today we are making month 5, the Whirligig Star block. And I have to say, this one might actually be my favorite. I know I shouldn't have favorites, but I think this might be my favorite.
And why is that?
Because all my points were like dead on when I made my sample block.
Okay, I get that.
When that happens, it's an instant favorite.
It's true. Alrighty, well let's dive in. Okay, here we have our Whirligig Star, and you're going to notice a lot of very familiar blocks again. Plus, this one will have 2 extra pieces added at the end. You're going to grab your 8-inch background square and your 8-inch fabric J, place them right sides together, and make 2 diagonal lines crossing each other and sew those lines.
I'm not sewing on the lines, right? I'm sewing a 1/4 inch off of each line.
Oh, you're right. All right.
So we're going to sew a 1/4 inch. So this is different from anything we have done leading up to this month. We're not sewing on the line. We are sewing a 1/4 inch off each side of the line. So just note that that is something different. And I will go ahead and do it. The one thing I did want to mention too as I sew this, these blocks are all very familiar to us. We've done half square triangles multiple months before. This block in the center that kind of creates our whirligig is very similar to the snowballing we've done in month 1, the snowballing we've done with square knots. So it's all very, very familiar techniques.
Could you track down our slotted ruler?
I absolutely can. There you go.
Yes, I need this one. Okay.
Do you need A or B?
I need the 3.5 inch.
Okay, so she's 3.5 inch, that's trimmer A. So
Okay.
as we mentioned, I think in month 1, trimmer A is the 1/2 inch sizes, trimmer B is the whole sizes.
All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this vertically and horizontally. Don't cut on your lines yet. We're going to do that next.
When I was sewing the sample, I may have not completely read the directions and did it the opposite. Oops.
Oops. All right. And now you're going to cut them on the line that you marked earlier. We don't have enough room here. I tend to spread out when I sew.
I know. It's different when we're in a video studio setup. Everything's got to be in a more confined space.
So now we're going to take our slotted ruler.
I think it's that one.
Oops, sorry.
3.5 inch, you said?
3, just verify. If you are using the slotted trim, each unit to 3.5.
Well, Mom threw the slotted trimmer at me because I'm the daughter and I get to do the things that Mom doesn't want to do.
That's how it works.
So we're trimming these up to 3.5 inches and Mom gets to do the fun pressing, but I don't know if it, so you'll have to tell me if it presses open.
It presses open, of course.
Of course. All right. So I gotta say, after using this slotted trimmer, I don't think I can ever go back.
Well, that's a good thing. You know what I've been forgetting all along? That this is an Oliso iron. And I don't have to put it back on. It's interesting.
I know. I mean, like, I love my Oliso iron. But I still always put it back on my little mat. I don't know. I feel like it's its home. All right. Now, as we've done in previous months, we are obviously showing you one block, but that doesn't mean that there's only one. The only time that holds true is month one, where there was only one. But we will just make sure you refer to the pattern for how many of each you need to make. We are demoing the technique, not the entire quilt here. The entire quilt of ours you will see on social media.
Oops, hold on. Okay, Audra, if you want to start putting those together, we're going to form the star legs.
Okay. All right, so it looks like the background goes in the center.
Correct.
All right, we can do that. Okay, so I will start sewing these together.
All right.
Now you guys remember my trick from month one when I was lining up my little, was that month one? They're all blurring together at this point. But I had my little trick where I pinned right along that seam there to make sure my points matched up. Did I catch that whole one? I did. Again, chain piecing is always your friend. Well, maybe not always. I shouldn't use a generalization, but most of the time, chain piecing is your friend. You can see I go into underneath the presser foot with the pin there. I let it get kind of going, and then I pull my pin. And if I need to, I'll actually use my pin like as a little stiletto.
All right, so we are pressing these again with the seams open.
I'll finger press these a little bit for you to help make some headway. Because teamwork makes the dream work.
Right.
Okay, so we got our 4 star legs
All right,
ready to go.
so here we are.
Okay,
Here's your 4 star legs. All right, now we are going to make the block centers. So again, this is going to be a method that you've seen before. We are going to let me make sure I'm pointing in the right direction. Again, we're taking your 2-inch background squares, we're putting the diagonal line on the back, and we want the diagonal line to go left to right, bottom to top.
okay. Mom, what's your marking tool of choice?
Well, you probably don't agree, but I'll use a I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. Friction?
Yeah,
Friction pin?
I mean, you can do it like I feel like it should be a fancy French pronunciation, like friction.
Well, I know. I always think it should be something fancier. Okay, so again, we're cutting off the corners.
I'm just going to say this, I'll probably edit it out, but my husband's behind the camera and he eye rolled a little bit when I said that. So it's a true family affair up in here. Oh, my mom's waving around that rotary cutter now.
Yeah, I know. Well, again, the rotary cutter I had that I used to use kind of automatically retracts, so I don't worry about it.
All right.
Okay,
Yep.
So the next step is to take your 2 by 3.5 background square and add it to the top.
All right, we can do that. Sort right sides together. You said top, right? Yes, top. Okay. This goes back to what we've said. I think every single one is consult the illustrations, double check your layout. Sometimes we have dates with Jack, but that doesn't mean we want dates with Jack the seam ripper.
Jack the seam ripper.
Although, hold on. Actually, maybe I don't mind the seam ripper as much. Hold on, while you're hold on. Pause. What's it? Frida the seam ripper. It's not really Jack, it's Frida.
Oh, Frida.
Frida the seam ripper. So I shouldn't say Jack the seam ripper anymore. It's Frida the seam ripper.
All right, we're pressing these towards the rectangle.
Okay.
All right, now you're going to lay them out per your pattern.
I'm not sewing anything until she tells me to.
No. So, because we want to make sure we've done everything right before we start sewing everything together. All right. So if you look, it matches this. It matches our diagram on the pattern, so we are good to go.
Okay. So I will sew these guys together.
All right, how do they tell us to press this one? Opposite, okay, opposite direction.
I'm sitting here finger pressing it open to be helpful. But I'm not.
All right, where are we here? We are like this, correct?
Yep, so you want to press it that way.
All right, oops. This way. Okay, and then we're going to sew them together, nesting our seams.
Got it.
There you go.
I'm on it. All right.
All right, so now you have all your pieces. All right, your center, your border. Now the one piece I neglected to have out here, you should have in your plastic bag for just plain background squares that fit in here. Okay. All right. Then the next thing you're going to do is add these two border pieces you have. The first one, will be the shorter one, will go at the top. And then the longer one will go down the side. So it will end up looking exactly like this.
And if you orient it, well,
if I put it over here.
yeah, there you go.
Okay, so that's how you are up to this point. So we're going to take this away. And now we're going to add some of the pieces that we made again in month 2.
In true infomercial style, we're done, but wait, there's more. This is where the assembly unit that we talked about in month 4 comes back into play, where we had the square knot block and we also had the 2 pinwheel units. Because we are sewing along with you through this process, we're not going to show you the fully assembled unit, but we're going to show you how it comes together so you have a visual. It is also in your pattern, and so always refer back to that illustration. So what comes first, Mom?
First, I forgot what that one's called.
This is the FK pinwheel unit, so that goes underneath the Whirligig Star.
So your borders are at the top that we had added. And then the FK.
Yep.
Okay. And then comes our knot.
All right, and then this is our KJ pinwheel unit. And note, because again, these are mirrored, you want to double check against your pattern. And if you look here at ours, you can actually see we have them oriented for the camera, so we aren't getting turned around either. So we are not perfect.
And now this block is done.
This unit is done.
This unit is
So
done.
this unit is complete. And again, these units are coming together through the months. I mean, we're already at month 6 next month. Make sure you post all your progress in the Quilt and Stitch America 250 Facebook group. We will be doing the same. I'll also be posting on my personal social media at So Dreamy on Instagram, as well as So Dreamy Studio on YouTube. It is just such a joy to sew along with you. And next month is month 6, which is...
Oh, Mother's Choice.
Mother's Choice Remake. Oh wait, hold on, before we go, I gotta show my scrappy version.
Oh,
Okay, scrappy version. Here is my scrappy version of the Whirligig Star block. This is really probably my favorite, and it's mainly because of those plaids. The plaids in these little flying geese blocks I'm absolutely loving. And again, you can see just how different quilt block can look just based on fabric choice. With that,
now we're done.
now we're done.
Good luck on your projects and happy sewing.
Happy sewing.